kungcono bagodi. Mele simele lokudlala makwerekwe. Mele bagodi. Yo, I love this song. Yo guys, I love this song. Yo, hi guys, I love this song. Yo, Pizan, you made my day with this song. I love this song. Simele yoyokudlala makwerekwe. Kumele bagoduke. Talo yabo. Yo, I love this song. So now guys, I want you to listen to this pastor. He is calling himself a pastor, a man of God. But what he's coming out of his mouth, a message to Ramaphosa, a message to the government of South Africa, a message to lazy South Africans. Let's listen to him.
South Africa 40. Look at what the South Africa, and I'm telling South African government, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't stop the madness by those lazy hooligans who are precipitating nonsense against their fellow Africans, you will have yourself to be blamed. And I'm speaking to His Excellency, Cyril Ramaphosa and your government. Take responsibility before the whole of Africa rise against you. Because if we sack all South Africans, over 10,000 South Africans living in our nation from Ghana and from all nations of Africa, you will not be a happy man. We will quench the light of South Africa if you don't act.
He is saying we will quench the light of South Africa if you are not careful. You see, this thing, it goes with jealousy, the envy of South Africa. These people failed to fix their countries for their people, and now they are blaming others for their failures. He is a man of God. Instead of being humble, ask God for the solution to the problems in their countries, for them to be able to take care of their people. I'm including him with the government because he is a politician at the same time. He is one of those pastors who are pastors during the day and a politician during the night. You cannot be a man of God and be a politician at the same time. If you are a true man of God, you will choose to serve the Lord. You can never involve yourself with the politics, especially the politics of Africa. And now he is swearing, cursing, saying all sorts of bad things about South Africans who are in other African countries. Why? Because South Africans are fighting for their rights in their own country, instead of encouraging their own youth to fight for their own rights, or him as a man of God to pray to God for God to heal their land. No, they want other countries to take care of their people. South Africa must take care of the whole continent because they helped us during apartheid. Is it fair?
Don't forget, MTN, DSTV are all companies of South Africa. In this day and age, you can have people go into other national shops and call them foreigners. Are you insane? Which nation doesn't have foreigners? When you people died like animals, the whole of Africa rose up for you. The whole Africa. Dr. Nkrumah gave South African officials Ghanaian passports so that they can travel. Today, you people can get up and rise up against this nation and Nigerians, people who have stood for you, and Zambians and Zimbabweans and Malawians. Africa against Africa. I call on the president of South Africa and your government. If you don't stop this, whatever attack, whatever you call it, you will have yourself to blame.
So these African countries, they want to push all their people to South Africa to come and live in South Africa so that they will lift the heavy load off their shoulders. Really, I don't understand what is the agreement between South Africa and these other African countries. Because the way the government of South Africa is being threatened and they are, you can see, there's nothing they can say. Are they afraid of them or there's something we don't know? Because really it doesn't make sense. You will be threatened, being insulted because people helped you. Was that help not coming from the heart of a brother? How many years, for over 30 years now, South Africa is only giving to them? How much did they pay for South Africa to be free? I'm sure it's a times 10 imali besibakolota yona. What else do they want from us? Was it a mistake for South Africa to be in Africa? Why are they treating us like this? What is it that our government is owing these people? Why are they not telling us ukuthi babakolota in and whatever that they are owing them is too big? Because if they are threatening them like this, you will never hear our government to at least to stand up for themselves, to say, no, you cannot bully us, you cannot because you helped us. No, instead, they will just defend them. At least if they are telling us, we will understand. Right now, we are confused. We don't even know what is going on. Because all these countries in Africa, they don't care about what is happening in South Africa, whether we are working or we are eating or we are hungry. They don't care. The only thing they care about is to fight for their people to stay in South Africa. The unemployment in South Africa, they don't care. Whatever that is happening to South Africans, they don't care. But why are they not concerned about the unemployment and the overcrowding that is in South Africa? Can they allow their own countries to be flooded by all of us in Africa? Are they not securing their borders for us not to enter anyhow? Why must we, South Africa, open the gates for all Africans to come? The blackmail, the emotional blackmail is, hey, we helped you during apartheid. I want you guys to watch this video and see why these African leaders are pushing their people to South Africa. They don't want to do anything for them. Look at the condition of their countries.
Experience is the great teacher. Nigerians, this is toilet. The video I made yesterday, creating awareness about our bad school, how our students are sitting on the floor to learn. As I dropped that video yesterday, I've been seeing lots of comments. Look at this comment now. See this comment. This person say, they go arrest you now, no key, cause that fake reverend father no like the truth. The truth of the matter is, I don't care. I don't care anymore whether they pick me or not. I don't care. For this Nigeria, wetin I want be say, make them do the right thing. Make them try for us. We are suffering. Not be only this comment. See another comment. He say, Benue we no even get fine house. Now fine school then go get. This our regime now. Then go start to they get those fine things. Because that is their work. We put them there. We vote them inside our power to do it for us. Not to do otherwise. Look at this other comment. See this one say, small time, then go pick you. God have mercy on us. That's what I'm talking about. I say, even if they pick me 10 times, if I come out the 10th time, I go still do it.
Okay, guys, let me translate for those who doesn't understand Pidgin English. The first comment reads, they are going to arrest you, low-key, cause that fake Reverend Father doesn't like the truth. And then the second comment reads, small time now, they will pick you. God help us. It means very soon they are going to get you. Then, God, please help us. Then the third comment reads, Benue is the name of that state where this guy is. So this third comment reads, Benue doesn't have even good houses and you are expecting them to have good schools. So you see why these people's countries will never be fixed. If a hero stands up for the country, they will come and discourage that person. You remember that small girl who tried, I think it was last year, who tried to stand up for the country in Nigeria. These people tried their best to discourage that girl. Almost the whole country in Nigeria, they came out to discourage that girl, to threaten that girl about arrest and being unalived by the government, all those things. Look at these comments to show what they are not ready to fix their countries. They just want to stay in South Africa forever. And their leaders, they are fighting for them to stay in South Africa. They don't want them to come back to their countries. Why? Because they don't want to take care of them. They just want to enjoy money alone there. And these people, instead of holding their governments accountable for all their problems, for all their sufferings, they are blaming other people, they are blaming other governments, they are blaming South African government for their sufferings. If you listen to this pastor is a politician. I don't even want to call this man a pastor because what is coming out of his mouth it's shocking to hear someone who is calling himself a man of God speaking like this. So they are fighting with Ramaphosa now so that he will continue to keep their people in South Africa. They don't want these people to come back to their countries. And they must just accept that they will never stop South Africans from marching in their own country, demanding whatever they want from their own government. Bona, they must fix their countries. They must face the problems in their countries so that their people will be free to go back home, not to make noise about South Africa. So guys, let me know what you think on the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, to like and share the video. Love you guys. Bye.